Further debate. I recognize the member from Mushkegowuk, James Bay.
Madame la Présidente. Motion 93. I have mixed feelings about the member from Leonard Frontenac Kingston's motion. On the one hand, the motion gives voice to Indigenous affairs and follows the attempt done in other Canadian legislature.
I think this will give a voice to Indigenous people in this Assembly. We could create links for the Indigenous people of Ontario.
My dissatisfaction with this issue and comments related to the motion are on record. First, the member from Leonard Frontenac Kingston failed to consult with Indigenous members of the legislature. Neither a critic of Indigenous affairs and reconciliation nor any of the Indigenous members of the opposition caucus were made aware of this motion ahead of time. Second, none of the chiefs, Grand Chiefs, or members of First Nation in Ontario to whom I spoke were aware of the member's intention. Troisièmement, je suis préoccupé par le rapport.
It was concerned, there's other worries in terms of the member from Leonard Frontenac Kingston. He says statements on 24th of February. In his two articles, he denies historic facts regarding the Indigenous people. On the 7th of February, the member says,
the vast majority of my fellow Canadians have oppressed the Indigenous people of Canada. Speaker, to make this assertion is to deny the structural oppression of First Nation, Métis, Inuit in this province and in Canada. Has the member forgotten the 120 years of residential school system? In all our relation, Tanya Talega quotes Duncan Campbell Scott, the infamous superintendent of Indigenous Affairs. In 1920, Scott famously said in a parliamentary committee, the objective of the residential school is to continue until there is no single Indian in Canada that has not been absorbed into the body politics. The residential school system by Duncan Campbell Scott engineered took 150,000 First Nation, Métis, Inuit children away from their parents, families, communities, culture, and language. Roughly 6,000 of those children died in residential schools, let alone the thousands of children who left the system with scars that extend all the way to the present. Indigenous people continues to live with these scars. I work hard with the communities in my riding to ensure we work together for these challenges. Speaker, let me conclude by saying I do endorse the motion. My dissatisfaction arises from the members' inaccurate comments when it comes to this relation. But I do believe that this motion may enable a forum that focuses on the challenge faced by Indigenous people and how they could be better served by the province. Merci, Miigwech. Thank you.
Thank you.